Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge, it's a good time to grab those items as we begin to ignite the healing within. And relatives, it sounds a little bit quiet. Usually I run my music, but I can't find my phone. I put it down somewhere, and that's normally how I run my music. So I was looking for it all over, and we'll just have a nice and quiet R&R this morning. At any rate, it's another day. It's another sunrise, another sunset. It's another phase of the moon, and this is our opportunity to reflect on how we're feeling and decide what we need to move forward on our wellness path today. Aloha, kakahiaka, hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., where we will always breathe, stretch, explore ways of integrating self care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So, thank you so much for joining us today, relatives. I'd like to take a moment to say good morning to you all. Thank you so much for being here with us as we're practicing what our founder calls community activated medicine. And in this circle of care, the focus, the main focus of our medicine is the people. That's you, relatives. That means not only do you have the ability to hold space for each other and to support each other and listen to each other with care and dignity and respect and without judgment, that means you also have the ability to do your own part of your healing. Community activated medicine is something that our Indigenous relatives, our relatives, always knew was an important part of our life. It was an important part of not only our survival, but just to be able to thrive. The way that we connect to spirit, the way that we connect to each other. And with that, I'd also like to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute team members who are here with us. We have our social work intern, Mariah Jensen. How you doing, Mariah? And we probably also have our occupational therapist, Claudia Myers Smith. Full disclosure, relatives, I cannot see comments today. I don't know why. Sometimes Facebook is this way where I'm unable to see comments, but I want you to know, and I strongly encourage you, feel free still to comment. You have our HIR Wellness team members here to support you. You have our relatives here to support you. And again, you are an important part of this medicine. So even though I cannot see comments, know that I'm here in spirit, that I'm sending you all so much love, and I will check the comments once this live video is over. And with that, relatives, let's start with a check-in today. How are you doing? How are you? And for some of us, that may mean a body scan, because if you're not used to being asked how you're doing, a body scan can be a really important way to identify what it is that our body's trying to tell us. So If you want to try it with me, you can sit however you like. You can even lay if you like. Closing your eyes is optional. And we'll start at the top of the head. Taking a deep breath, and we'll scan on down to the forehead and the temples, paying attention to areas where there might be tension or tightness, might feel like discomfort or even pain. And we'll work our way down to our jawline and the back of our neck, down to our neck and shoulders. Are your shoulders tight? Are they relaxed? We're going to work our way down to our chest and our tummy. Maybe your tummy feels full. Did you have a good breakfast? Maybe it feels empty or hungry. You might even have last night's dinner in there. And we're going to work our way down to our hips, to our thighs and our knees. How are your knees feeling? Our heels, the arches of our feet, the balls of our feet, and our toes. And we'll work our way to our upper back, our shoulders, our biceps, our elbows, our forearms, our wrists, palms, and fingertips. And we'll work our way to our lower back. And let's go ahead and move to our heart space. Does your heart feel full of love or joy? Does it feel full? Or perhaps it feels heavy or light and free? And finally, let's take a moment to scan our thoughts. Did you sleep okay last night? Maybe your mind is feeling light and invigorated and ready for the day. Maybe you had your coffee already. Or maybe your mind's feeling a little bit hazy or cloudy. And with that, relatives, let's go ahead and do a check-in. Let us know how you're doing. And again, I can't see the comments today. I don't know why. I'm just going to roll with it. Sometimes it happens, but do know that our HIR Wellness team is here to talk to you. And so are your relatives. That's why we're here. That is community activated medicine. I also want you to know, relatives, if you need extra support, if you need someone to talk to, you can always call our Cares Warm line. And it's open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or text, and within 24 hours, you'll get a response back from one of our Cares Warm counselors. Our Cares Warm counselors, they will listen to you, judgment-free and stigma-free. You can talk about what's on your mind, whether maybe you're feeling stressed out, maybe you're feeling sad or anxious or lonely. Whatever it is you're feeling, you might not even be able to identify exactly what it is, but you know you're feeling some sort of way and you need some support. That's what our Cares Warm line is for. And although we're not a crisis line, we are an emotional support line where you can talk it out. And not only can we provide you with emotional support, but with resources that may be helpful to you. Resources in advocacy, safety planning, seeking shelter, or even finding out what other resources and agencies are out there that may be able to help. I want you to know, relatives, that you are not alone. And sometimes it feels that way. This is one of our many options when we're feeling like we need someone to talk to. Our Cares Warm line is there. Another option you have is you can call our main line and talk to someone about the services that we have available. Generally, when you do call the main line, our bilingual victims service advocate, Jessica, will answer the phone. And she can let you know what services that we have and that we offer. And all of our services are completely free of charge. Our founder Leah, when she founded the Institute, she knew that she would never charge a penny for people and relatives to receive healing. So you are not alone, relatives. You can also message our Facebook Institute inbox. And yet, even still, we have lots of other options. This is why we often talk about our medicine kit. And what is our medicine kit? Those are the actions, behaviors, tools, exercises, reflections, thoughts, anything that we do when we're feeling some sort of way that we can access for our healing. Sometimes it might be the Cares Warm line. Sometimes it might be talking to a friend. Sometimes it might be calling someone up to see what services are available for you. But also, the beauty of our medicine kit is that it's yours, and you can decide what's in it and when you want to access it and how you want to access it. In my medicine kit, a lot of time it's culture as medicine. My chants, my ancestral dances and prayers. And sometimes it's calling a doctor. Maybe it's scheduling that appointment you've been putting off. Or maybe it's having a conversation with someone that you know is important and necessary. Maybe it's going for a walk, or smudging, or laying tobacco. It might even be a glass of water or a cup of tea. And with that, relatives, what is in your cup this morning? I kept it easy. I've been working really late at nights. Um, and so I end up staying up late, and then I wake up and I'm like, do I want an extra 10 minutes of sleep, or do I want to make tea? And today I was like, oh, I definitely want some water. I'll make it simple. I got an extra 10 minutes of sleep. That was my self-care choice for today. So, relatives, what elixir do you have in your cup this morning? Feel free to let us know. Then you can always inspire others to try something that they haven't, or try something again that maybe they've forgotten about. A cheers to our relatives. May you have moments today of peace, moments of love, moments of laughter, or moments of joy. May you have opportunities throughout the day for actions of self-care and wellness and reflection, like right now. That water was quenching this morning. Oh my goodness. Well, relatives, since we don't have music today because I misplaced my phone somewhere, and that's where I run my music, so I can't find my phone. But anyways, this is a perfect opportunity because I have this singing bowl with me. And interestingly enough, we were talking about these singing bowls at Daughters of Tradition last night, and our founder, Leah, was kind of explaining to the girls what singing bowls do and how to use them. And to be quite honest, I really don't know exactly how to use it, but this was a gift from my aunt years ago. And I'm going to, even though I don't know exactly how to make it sing, it does have a really beautiful resonance. And this gives me an opportunity to talk about the way that sound can soothe. And intuitively, um, we know that sound is soothing because music is what many of us listen to for relaxation, or if we're going through something, or if we need to be inspired. Music comes in certain frequencies. And what's interesting is those frequencies each have a correspondence even to color, which is really cool. But different frequencies have different effects on the body. And you don't have to take my word for it. I encourage you to research it. There is a lot of research out there, credible research on the positive benefits of sound waves. And I'll give us a moment. Now, what I want to do for us today is I'm just going to let you hear this resonance. Sound is healing. Really cool, relatives. So if you have the opportunity, you can always learn more about singing bowls. And what's really cool about the Institute is we offer a lot of services. We have counseling and therapy, and we have support groups. We have emotional support, one-on-one. We have we have our support programs. We have trauma sensitive yoga. We have our Dance with Anger book club. We have our Elders book club and our Daughters of Tradition program. We also offer occupational therapy, advocacy, social work. One of the beautiful things about the HIR Wellness Institute is that we understand that wellness and self care and mental health is not just one sided, it's not just one facet. It's a holistic approach. It is that circle of care. And it reminds me because at our in our therapy rooms, we do have a lot of these singing bowls. Um, Sound can be healing, and as a musician, I know for sure that for me, sound has a huge impact. I'm gonna give it one more. Now, we're gonna go ahead and go into our deep breathing. Deep breathing helps to calm an active mind. Deep breathing can slow down, it does slow down the heart rate, and it brings us to their center and it grounds us. Go to deep breathing when you find that you're anxious, or you're worried, or you're sad, or you're upset, or you're feeling stressed out, or any emotion that's not serving you. Deep breathing is one of the most immediate ways to help get ourselves back to a state of calm. So you can sit, lay, or recline however you like. Eyes closed are optional. If you want, you can put your hands gently in your lap. And we're going to breathe through our nose for a count of 4. We're going to exhale through our mouth for a count of 6. As we breathe in through the nose, let the belly expand. Bring in that healing energy. Scan the body again if you need to. And when you exhale for the count of 6, your belly will contract. And we can release what's not serving us. And while we're doing this deep breathing, relatives, I want you to invite positive healing thoughts that you think that you need right now. I think the thought in my mind for me, the thought that I'm going to have when I breathe in is, I am enough. That's going to be my thought. And if you're having trouble picking one, just sort of maybe allow yourself to think, what's something that's sort of been on my mind? How am I feeling today? And if there's something that's not serving you, think of the opposite of that. So if you're feeling stressed out, maybe your words are, I want to feel calm, or I feel calm. Or if you're feeling tired, maybe your words are, I'm breathing in energy. Maybe if you're feeling bored, your thought could be maybe life is interesting, and those are just examples. So we'll go ahead again, close your eyes if you want to. You don't have to. Take a deep inhale for a count of 4 through the nose. Expand that belly and bring in that thought. And exhale and release. Deep inhale. And exhale and release. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale and release. Bring in that healing thought. And exhale and release. Deep inhale. And exhale. Let's continue to breathe. This time we're going to stretch and roll the shoulders. You can really stretch any part of your body. I always start with my shoulders. And let's just go ahead and do a neck stretch. We'll do a short stretch, looking from side to center. Or again, relative, stretch whatever you need. Oh, I heard some cracks there. It's okay as long as it feels okay. Let's double tap the ear towards the shoulder, nice and gentle. Other side. And then we can roll the chin from shoulder to shoulder, keeping it in the front. Woo! My neck feels tight today, that's for sure. And we're going to finish out by looking gently towards our lap and up towards the ceiling, stretching the neck. One more deep inhale. And exhale. How'd that feel, relatives? During the course of this month, the HIR Wellness Institute has released a campaign for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We are a survivor-led organization, and I want to speak to our survivors out there, actually our thrivers out there. During the course of this month, every week we've been highlighting a different group of people. Last week it was our boys to men, and this week it's our girls to women. Earlier this week we had our LGBTQ plus that we were focusing on, and also our murdered and missing Indigenous women. I'm here to remind you, relatives, that you are not alone. One in 4 girls and women in their lifetime will experience sexual assault or sexual violence, and 1 in 6 men. And although it's a sad truth, it is a truth nonetheless. I bring awareness to the statistic because I want you to know, even though when we experience violence and assault like this, it can feel lonely, but you are not alone. As a survivor-led organization, I want you to know that if you are a survivor, that our organization is here to help you with empathy and with care and compassion and without judgment. And we're not here to tell you what to do or how you should respond, but we're here to walk with you in whatever way that you feel and what you're ready for is necessary for you in your healing path. We will never tell you when or how or what. We'll walk alongside you as you reflect on and determine what it is that you need. Because like who you are, your path is sacred. Your path of healing is sacred. And to our survivors and thrivers out there, I want to take the opportunity to say, if you want to come forward, to stand in solidarity, to show our relatives out there who have not, who have been too afraid, who have been scared to say, yes, I am a survivor. Yes, I am a victim. It took me almost 30 years to be able to come forward and say that. And once I was finally able to speak it or just release it or to acknowledge that it happened to me, the healing began to happen more deeply. Because, like our check ins, when we check in and say, hey, what are you feeling? What do you need? It allows ourselves the opportunity to see ourselves and accept ourselves where we're at. Even when, even the parts that aren't, the most beautiful parts of us, even the parts of us that are hurt, even the parts of us that have experienced trauma, even the parts of us that are filled with pain. And especially those parts of us where we feel that if people were to know or see us in this way, that they might not love us. That vulnerability of saying, this is what I need because this is what I've experienced, and not for other people, but for ourselves. And when we have that courage, if we choose to be able to come forward and let others know that they aren't alone. So if you want to, you can always put a comment in the comment box when we are during this campaign. You can put up a purple heart emoji. You could say you're a survivor. You can say you're a thriver. You can say whatever it is you want to say, and you don't have to say anything at all. But the opportunity is there if you want to. And with that, relatives, I want to let you know about Denim Day. This is part of our campaign. And this is part of the way that we can have conversations, healing conversations about our experiences, those experiences that hurt us, those experiences that are causing us trauma, those experiences that we can begin to heal from and just stand together with each other. So let's talk a little bit about Denim Day. On April 28th, so 8 days from today, I think, so that's a week and a day from, so that would be next Wednesday, I believe, April 28th at 1 p.m. In honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we will go live on Facebook, just like we are now. Facebook Live. And it is a Wednesday at 1 p.m. next Wednesday. And we'll talk about healing, around justice for missing and murdered Indigenous people. And when we talk about missing and murdered Indigenous people, justice is part of that conversation. Healing is part of that conversation because MMIP is what happens when there's other things that have been happening to us historically. And I invite you to join us that day, whether you are a survivor or a thriver with sexual assault or a missing and murdered Indigenous person, or whether you're just a person who is here who wants to stand with the community, or whether you're just a person who needs healing for your people or for your relatives. We invite you to add your voice to the conversation on April 28th, Wednesday at 1 p.m. It takes all of us to heal our communities, and it takes all of us to support one another in a good way while we do this healing work. And as we have that conversation around healing and justice for our MMIP, We'll feature a lot of really incredible, strong men and women, survivors, thrivers. I know firsthand what it feels like to experience the loss of a murdered Indigenous person. That was my twin sister, Malia Chow. She was taken from us in 2004. She was a victim of human sex trafficking. And when we lost her, the pain was so great. I didn't know how or if I would ever overcome that pain and that loss. But through the HIR Wellness Institute, through actions of self care, through reflection, through culture as medicine, and knowing that healing was an act of social justice, not just for me and my twin sister and my family, but also for all of our relatives out there who've gone through this type of loss. We'll be featuring Justine Rufus, Sky Alloway, Dr. Janelle Lubke, Jessica Gonzalez from the HIR Wellness Institute. Dr. Janelle, she is a beautiful Indigenous woman, inside and out, and she's done so much research to help our Indigenous people. Teresa Stevens, she is the lead advocate. She is a Menominee woman. She is one of the most powerful women I've ever known, and she is one of our advocates to look out for our people, to protect our people. Barb Blackdeer McKenzie, also one of our team members, and a beautiful Ho-Chunk woman in spirit. Jamie Kellicut, our Community Engagement and Indigenous Affairs Director, a powerful healer and one of the most loving people I've ever known. Xavier Smart, one of our counselors and community healers. And this event will be hosted by our founder, Leah Denny, and I'll moderate it. It's an Indigenous-led panel discussion on the MMIP movement today, surviving to thriving, self-care, and more. It's almost like one of our R&Rs that's focused, that has a lot more speakers, which is awesome. I'm excited for it. But it's focused on you, relatives. It's focused on our healing. Before we go, again, I apologize because I can't see comments, and that's super annoying, and I don't know why I can't, but I cannot see comments. I will read them when this post is done. But I want to do a chant today called Ehomai. This is my culture as medicine, and Ehomai it means come to me. And we're asking the Creator to see Ehomai kaikemai, bring me the insight. Lunamaye, what is above. Ona huna mea no eo. Huna mea is like the many secrets. No eo is wisdom. Please bring to us the insight and the much wisdom that we need of this chant. Come to us, come to our relatives, support and protect us. This is a chant asking for that insight or asking for what you need. So I invite your relatives, as I do this chant, I invite you, what is it that you need? What do you need to assist you in your healing? What is it that you have unanswered that you're asking for? What is it that you need? What do you need to know? Do you need your ancestors to be there and support you because they are? E humai kaike mai luna mai e. Una mea huna no e o na mele. E hoi, e hoi, e hoi, e hoi kai ke mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e o nā mele. E humai, e humai, e humai, e humai kai ke mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e o nā mele. E humai, e humai, e humai, e. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, relatives. Malama ponoi kokino. Take good, righteous care of your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Aloha nui, huge love to you all out there, relatives. Before we go, there is a community survey linked to this video. It asks just a few questions, and it's completely anonymous. But this is how we're able to keep our funding. So please, relatives, take a moment for it. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. Remember, you are enough. You are beautiful. And I hope that you join us next week, Wednesday, for our Denim Day panel discussion. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Ahui ho akuno, everyone, and aloha.